men and women.
The member for Rankin.
Thanks very much, Speaker. My questions to the Treasurer. I refer to reports in today's West Australian that the Treasurer is holding dinners with backbenchers to decide which workers will be kicked off JobKeeper before September. The government excluded millions from JobKeeper from the start and has already kicked off thousands more. Who's next?
Member for Deakin. The Treasurer has the call.
Speaker, all I'd say to the member for Rankin is don't believe everything you read. That's all I'd say to him. And the member for Rankin, But the member for Rankin knows all too well that the Australian economy dodged his $387 billion of higher taxes and now is in the midst of a once-in-a-century pandemic. And he also knows that the government has committed 13.3% of GDP at $260 billion in economic support, including a JobKeeper program that is supporting more than 3 million workers. And he also knows that we have effectively doubled the safety net, Mr Speaker, with the Job Seeker coronavirus supplement. He also knows that we've put in place a $30 billion cash flow boost, Mr Speaker, based on the size of the payroll of businesses, to ensure that they could put that money to their fixed costs but also to their labour costs. He also knows, Mr Speaker, that we've put in place an extension of the instant asset write-off for businesses with a turnover up to $500 million, and they can purchase assets as many times as they want, of up to $150,000.
The member for Rankin on a point of order.
Yeah, thank you, Speaker. The question was about how many people the government will kick off JobKeeper.
Yes, so the question had some preambles and some other aspects to it as well. If the member for Rankin wishes to confine the Treasurer's answer, he really ought to confine his question to one question. The Treasurer has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. And so the member for Rankin knows all too well that there's a comprehensive suite of economic measures that we have put in place, and those are measures that are helping to contribute to the comeback in consumer and business confidence, with consumer confidence having picked up 93% off its lows, with business confidence having picked up 70% of its lows, with the ABS weekly payroll jobs data finishing at the end of the 30th of May showing payroll jobs worked by females increased by 1.4% through May compared to 0.4% for males. So, Mr Speaker, the member for Rankin knows all too well that we're considering a review of the JobKeeper program. But what he does know is that under the coalition, through this economic support that we've put in place, we're helping to keep people in jobs and businesses in business.